So the museum's just acquired this medal, and it was made for Joseph Banks. And he also had these brass patu, these weapons made. And in Polynesia, gift exchange, it forges relationships. You might exchange names. You might exchange members of your family in marriage, and you might exchange gifts. And that binds you together. My name's Anne Salmond, and I'm a Professor of Māori Studies and Anthropology at the University of Auckland. Well, a marae is it's a ceremonial gathering place, and it's a place where the different kin groups come together. And it's usually for a ritual occasion, something like a wedding, or maybe a funeral, or it could be a major political debate. In my young days, it was this other world, this other place. The stories are different, the ancestors are different, the place names are different, the language is different, the food is different. But since that time, at our university, for example, we now have a marae. Our students study there. They have classes inside the whare nui, which is the carved meeting house, and lots of schools have marae. So from being a very strange and kind of separate place, it's become part of everyday life, I think, now in Aotearoa. In Te Ao Māori, the Māori world is a place of encounter and of meetings. And you have this carved whare nui, which is the meeting house. You have a dining hall. You have the sacred speaking ground in front. And the local people will be there to greet their visitors. And the ancestors are carved on the walls of the whare nui. And the building itself is usually named after an ancestor. Since the time when the marae was a place where very few Pākehā New Zealanders went, that's changed. That's changed in a really deep way. So that, for example, our university now has a marae. And it's a place where Māori studies is taught, but it's also a place where we welcome important visitors to the university. And in the case of some of our professors who are not Māori, but have had a lot to do with Te Ao Māori, the Māori world, their tangi, their funeral is held there. And so you will find people on marae today who never would have been there when I was young. I think the fact that the Whanganui River became the first river in the world to be recognised as a living being in its own right, it captured the imagination of not just Kiwis, but people around the world, to realise that a river is more than just water. It's, in our way of thinking, a living community of land and water and plants and animals and people. They're all woven together into the current of the river. And the river itself is something that binds people together. And all the rivers in the world flow into the heart of the ocean. So the ocean itself becomes a place that binds.